Welcome back to the Leeds United Career Mode on FC24. We are in the top four, but we're not yet top. Chelsea have won every single game they've played so far this season. Handily, we do play them today. They also, in this first match, they have second place Tottenham. I also have second place Tottenham today as well. We'll sim Sheffield United and the two group stage Champions League games, which should be pretty straightforward. Tottenham away, Chelsea at home and Fulham at home will be the three that we play. So we're going to crack straight on and just dive straight into this first match today against Sheffield United, whilst I ask you guys to drop the video a like if you're enjoying the content. Subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on more, of course. And we will have the next save to you very, very soon, of course. But right now, we're hoping to win as many trophies as possible in this final season at Leeds United. Champions League would be lovely. Premier League would be lovely. FA Cup or Carabao Cup would be lovely. To go with our Community Shield that we've won so far. We still have the Championship title to our name in this save thus far, but waiting to add to it. As ever, saying thank you to you guys for your continued comments in the comment section. Thank you for the support down below. I appreciate it very much day to day. Today we're saying thank you to Alex, we're saying thank you to Richard, and we're saying thank you to Tiago as well, Tiago Lorenzo. Thank you very much indeed for your continued support. Right, I'm going to quickly sort out my training plan before I advance any further towards Rakov. Make sure that everybody that needs to be fit is fit, and then hopefully we can just knock them aside and then take on Spurs. From our time at Rakov Czestochowa in the player career mode, there are some players that were there and some that weren't. Rakovitan, Plavshitz, Lederman, Yeboah, and Cernanats up top are familiar names to me, and Grishkovic actually, from the player career mode, but there's certainly some players in there that we're not familiar with from that player career mode spell in Poland, a spell where we won the league actually in that particular division, which we're very happy about. Should be straightforward win, which it wasn't by the looks of things, although they did only have 2 shots to our 7. Joel Peru adding to Pascal Strauch's earlier goal to give us victory there. After, of course, we won 3-1 against Leipzig. We've just drawn with Stade Rennais. I certainly expected them to be better in that fixture, that's for sure. Now, have Chelsea dropped points in their next game? That's what we would love to know, because obviously they were 6 from 6. Are they 7 from 7? No, they lost. So we're now within 3 points of them, with Tottenham and Chelsea, the top 2, next to play in our next 2 Premier League games. We are the only remaining undefeated side in the Premier League. And thanks to Burnley picking up a victory now, everybody has now won a game this season. But we are yet to lose, although that may well happen in one of the next 2 Premier League games. Tottenham have still got Antoine Griezmann through the middle at striker. Sean Devine, I think it's Sean, in the midfield with James Maddison and Guido Rodriguez. Dragushan in the defensive line alongside Nico Schlotterbeck. Vicario is always the one goalkeeper that stands out amongst others in this save so far. Michael Sillo, the Patreon player, on the bench, but Kulusevski, Son and Griezmann will be a troubling front line to play against. We will be at full strength for this one, so we pray for 3 points, but Alfie Devine, thank you chat, it's Alfie Devine, not Sean Devine. We pray for 3 points, but we probably would take the draw here if you offered it to us at the moment. It's not great from Vicario. Archie Gray's come across the chest that. Oh, Archie Gray's in, and it's Estupiñán that has the legs to get there ahead of Gini to stop us getting on 1-0 lead. Oh, and that would have been beautiful if we could have found that run around the corner with Rutter. Gini Rutter actually being arguably the best player of the season so far after not really flourishing in seasons 2 and 3. We found ourselves, or at least I found myself thinking, maybe I'll replace him. You guys were adamant that he stays. Is this going to be the season where he finally really fulfills that promise, and as a result of fulfilling said promise, will fire us towards multiple trophies and glory this year? We would certainly love that to happen. Still very much relying on Isla Melier in goal then. That's delivered and missed by everyone. Griezmann with the overhead, and it must have hit his arm because we got free kick. Great. And Rice, former Arsenal player now, of course, so not going to be welcomed to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium very well indeed Imagine if that had flown in that far corner. Really naughty effort from Joel Peru that just didn't quite spin to the right-hand side well enough. It dipped in time, but it would have gone under the bar had it been inside the posts. It's a nice attempted through ball, but not quite accurate enough to split my defensive line. And that's not quite accurate enough to split theirs either. Schlotterbeck. Oh, that was a bit rubbish, wasn't it, Nico? Jack Clark sat up nicely for the volley. Would have preferred to try and almost Marco van Basten it over the goalkeeper, but didn't quite work in that manner. We need to get there with Genie. We haven't. It will fall to Jack Clark. Well, Jack Clark can wind up for one then. Vicario with another save to deny the wide man. We're on the offensive here. Tottenham have not been great going forward. We've been giving as much as we get. If anything, we've been the better side, but there is still plenty of time for either side to score today. And Evite with the switch. Pedro Porro gets there. Kulusevski through the gap. Porro driving on and turning inside and finding Griezmann. And there is James Maddison. And luckily for me, there is Meslier again. Squirmed under him. He got enough on it to take the sting out of it, but why the bloody fullback slid to play that pass is beyond me. Pedro Porro's done me again. He's had a very good game so far, the right wing back for Tottenham. Caused me all sorts of problems. Alfie Devine. Still no goal for Spurs, but they are trying now. White. Nice, lovely take by Gray. And Somerville. And through. Left foot of Joel Peru is deadly. Let's go and celebrate with those travelling fans, shall we? Leeds 1, Tottenham 0. They just had a flurry of chances at the other end, but we're the ones that have taken it. Jack Clark, he's been on it so far today here in North London, and is so again. That was lovely work. Tuck that back inside, and Peru's left foot might well be at it again. Vicario drawn into another save in the opening 5 minutes of the second half. Alfie Devine now going off as they make a change in their midfield. Not sure who's going to come on in his place. It's Brennan Johnson, so they've definitely made an attacking change there, haven't they? Marks will get that across to Van Evite. Here's Jack Clark again. Send the defenders once more, maybe so. Again, Peru dropped and turns well. Archie Gray from 25 yards, the deflection off Schlotterbeck takes it behind. Now Heung-min Son coming off as they make another change, and Brian Hill on in his place. We win that, and we win that. Just trying to nod it to a teammate. Ben White's the man that it falls to. Crescencio Somerville's left foot, not bad. Again, needing the save, flying away from Vicario to his right-hand side. No second goal yet, but one might be enough here. We'll do what we can to keep the clean sheet, and if we do, we'll win. Brendan Johnson just kind of stood in the way there, and I couldn't get to Pedro Porro. Then he's turned on the afterburners, and there's plenty of space there. Footwork from Geraldo there. That was unbelievable. Sent the defender. Again, Meslier, the man that comes to the rescue, as ever, of course, in goal for us. Played every single game of this save, as far as I can recall. Isla Meslier. Certainly very close to. Kulusevski. Meslier with a save. Vicario's made some at one end. Melier's doing his best at the other as well. It's not like it's all been one-way action, is it? Hopefully the fresh legs will be enough as he gets down the line, almost quite literally on the line. Good footwork. Alvarez. Can we score a worldie with him? No, Vicario with the save. 2 minutes to go. We're going to get victory here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I think. We are moments away from sealing 3 points that should take us above them. And if Chelsea feel like losing back-to-back games, then that would be absolutely wonderful. Because then we could perhaps go top if we meet them in the next Premier League fixture. Can't remember. I think the next Champions League game is after the Chelsea one. I think it is genuinely Chelsea next, then Stade Rennais, then Fulham. But right now, it's 3 points for Leeds. Chelsea were victorious on match day 8, so the gap stands at 3. But if you look at the goal difference, if we can beat them by 2, then we will go top on goal difference. We're still the only unbeaten side in the division, but Chelsea have won all but one game so far. Like I say, win this by 2, and we go top. Sanchez, Colwill, Koch, Badiashile, Mazraoui, Goretzka, Lobotka. Sko Olsen was player of the month last month in game. Mudryk, Palmer, and Jackson. And Kunku on the bench only. Bentancur and Madueke as options. Thought he was going to utilise his pace there and just go for a bit of a sprint. Nico Jackson challenged Schmartzy Gray. Love that. So do the home fans. You could hear the roar. Always appreciate a solid, hard, firm tackle here at Ellen Road, don't they? We put a few in with Archie Gray over the course of this save. Most of them have been well timed. Some of them not quite so much. Minimal chances in the last few minutes though. A lot of possession changing hands and not much in terms of actual goal-mouth action. Forest take the lead against Tottenham though. That's great news for both ourselves and Chelsea actually, with Tottenham being the other side trying to chase us. A victory against Spurs was very important. If we can get a victory here against Chelsea, that's great. If not, then they are still within touching distance, being just 3 points above us. Not losing this game is more important than making sure we get the win. Goretzka and Sko Olsen showing that player of the month capability by scoring a goal. Very lucky in how it came about, but they'll take it, I'm sure. Ball played through, I get the interception, immediately bounces off the defender, and Sko Olsen has instantaneous control of it, and he slams it into the bottom corner. Well, player of the month last month, on his way towards maybe back-to-backs. It's Chelsea 1, Leeds United 0. Tini trying to step in and can't. Ampadu will cut that out. Well, Martin forward to Declan Rice. Chelsea side have been distinctly average all save long so far. But this season, they seem to have turned a corner. Whether it's because the players they have just started to grow well and dynamic potential doesn't kick in for AI controlled teams. It's only the user that gets dynamic potential. So why this team last season was 10th and this season is top and winning every week doesn't make much sense really. As Sko Olsen really had that much of an impact on this team. Tottenham had a number of chances though. We've had some of our own in this game, but not as many as Tottenham did in the last fixture, that's for sure. Alvarez going to try and rely on his good dribbling here to get me away from a couple of players to then open up the opportunity to spread the play, which we've done very well. Martson, he's absolutely left the defender for dead. Somerville is still with me. And in the box now. And Peru couldn't have hit it straighter at the keeper if he tried. Holy moly, we are struggling against Chelsea. We got cock blocked last time we played them, and at the minute, it's happening again. Sko Olsen and Mazraoui and then Kunku and Nicholas Jackson. Was well hit towards the bottom corner. Not enough power on it though to beat the goalkeeper. He's furious with himself. Mazraoui going off for them and Jose Gaya coming on for Chelsea. We've made 3 changes there to try and freshen things up for ourselves and get this equaliser that so far is evading us. Peru with a good touch and turn, and Alvarez has runners. Alex Scott, out wide is Jack Clark. The drive towards the line here, and can I tuck it back to a teammate? Oh my god. Koch nearly put it in the hole. Nearly an own goal for Chelsea there. Somerville delivers the corner. Peru's up again. This time off the top of the bar. Can you believe it? I was certain that was going in. Alex Scott, Jack Clark, Robert Sanchez with the save. I can't believe Peru's header didn't go in. That was an unbelievable leap. Much better attempt than one earlier on. And again, it's the Dutchman we look for. Again, it's the Dutchman we find. Again, it's not a goal. Ampadu then perhaps against his former team. Jack Clark's rushing in on this. Now we've hit the inside of the post as well. It just will not go in against Chelsea in the 88th minute. Jack Clark comes the closest so far. Off the bar, off the post, off the line, off the boil. Leeds United today, it seems. Only Madueke. Excellent through ball. Jackson onside with support. Saved well, and it'll now be a corner for Chelsea in the last moments of the game. The gap at the top could have been nullified. We might even have gone top on goal difference as it happens. We'll be even further away from Chelsea in top spot. They win 8 of 9 at our expense. We will be 6 points from first place at this early stage of the season. But, Forest got an equaliser against Spurs. That's good news. It was 1-0 Forest, then 2-1 Tottenham. Now with Stade Rennais on the way, and then Fulham after that. We should hopefully be back to winning ways in both of those fixtures, but the gap is now 6 points at the top. Spurs drop to 4th, and Manchester United fly up into 2nd on a decent run of form now themselves, but with Champions League football on the way, we should be good to get a result in the next one, and then fingers crossed, back to winning ways in the Champions League as well. In the Premier League as well, against Fulham. Stade Rennais with Ivan Toney and Armando Broja in their front line. I mean, Guiri on the left-hand side is obviously very, very good as well. Bashali at the back, Akanji in their defensive line too. Terrier to bring on off the bench if they need to. They're actually not that bad by the looks of things, Stade Rennais. I was surprised when Leipzig didn't beat them, but judging by that starting lineup, actually, they're pretty good by the looks of things. We will, again, make some changes for the Champions League. We still very much expect to be strong enough to be able to get the result here with some alterations to the starting lineup. We have had some complaints from a couple of players for lack of football, which is understandable. I haven't rotated as much as I should have in some occasions. So we will give some more fringe players some first team football here, but we should be able to get 3 points here against this side. Whoa! And Ivan Toney brace gives Stade Rennais all 3 points. Well then, that changes the picture in the Champions League group stage table, doesn't it? With Fulham to come in the Premier League, we hope that the picture changes there. And we're still top, but it's the French that are above the Germans now, and it's actually quite a close group. Alright, game on then next time around when we have the return fixture in France. We will not be rotating at all. We'll be playing a full-strength starting lineup, thank you very much. Which is exactly what we're going to do against Fulham now as well. A Fulham side that are actually in 9th place, but imagine where they would be if they hadn't lost the last 3 straight games. Devon Wrench at right back, quite a few familiar Fulham faces in that starting lineup, but a couple of new ones as well with Savanier in there, of course. Tuta centre-back. Aguirre Zabala in goal as well. And Babu on the bench. Martial, Danilo. Jay Stansfield makes it onto the bench for Fulham still. Not yet forced his way into the starting lineup. Wilhelmsen is the man up top for them. We need a win here, really. More so than anything else. It is probably more of a need than a want at this particular moment in time. With Chelsea having extended to 6 points, let's close that gap. With the ball over the top. And Peru out to Clark. I'd love to get an early goal here if we can. Just to kind of settle the nerves and put us in a position where hopefully we could get not just a victory, but maybe even a quite sizable victory too. And that is the start we were after. Joel Peru with a hell of a finish on his right side. No saving that one. Buried right in the top corner. That was particularly impressive. I wasn't sure when I spun there whether I'd actually be able to get the shot away, let alone to that level of quality. Finish, my son. 1-0 up. Good. Iwobi. Savanier. Bobby Decordova-Reid. Finds Wilhelmsen. And turns out Peru isn't the only one with a decent left foot on the pitch today. That's a great finish. Top quality goal scoring today here at Elland Road. Fulham level not long after going behind. We're only in the 12th minute. And he's... Well, if the first one was unsavable, that is that and then some. Wilhelmsen makes it 1-1 here. I wanted the first goal to go in front early doors to kind of settle my nerves and give us the morale boost we wanted from the defeat in the last game to go and hopefully pick up victory this time. And we got that. And then Fulham immediately sent us back down to earth again with a bump. It is 1-1 here. What day this week is it at? Wilhelmsen. There's the bump. It really is back down to earth with one. 2-1 Fulham in the 17th minute. Savanier playing at cam, wearing the captain's armband for Fulham today. Iwobi into Wilhelmsen. Was expecting him to go for goal, so closed him down sharply, which left the space for the man to rush through the middle, formerly of Montpellier. I wish he was still playing in bloody France. Right. And Gini. Clark. Well, I was hoping you'd push on there, Deck, to be honest. One back well. Peru. Gini. Clark. We keep hitting the woodwork. I don't know why. Twice struck against Chelsea, and now against Fulham again. I was about to say, oh, it's goals galore in this one today. But unfortunately, it's not. Martson into the middle. Oh, it was headed towards Ruter, who's just waiting for it. Declan Rice under control and away by Harrison Reed. I can't do anything against sides from West London, apparently. Chelsea beat me. Fulham look like they're likely to do the same at the moment. And the 3-point gap that could have been gone, we could have been level at the top. We might end up being 9 points off first place by the end of the day. All over the top. Great touch by Van Evite. Peru, surely on his left here. Took an extra touch. Needlessly. Don't know why. Why they do that sometimes. So annoying. They've got a man down and hurt, and he's going to have to come off here. Harrison Reed, I think it is. I went for the finesse and he's just taken an extra touch, which allowed the keeper the extra yard to close the gap. He's fallen on top of Ruter there, coming off. Harrison Reed coming on, Danilo. And we are 2-1 down at half-time, but it could be 3-2 to us. Peru. Somerville, get there first. Thank you. Quick. Don't let him get back in that defensive shape that stopped me so far all day. Somerville around the corner. And back inside. Peru. Great block by Tuta. Can't get a goal, lads. Can't get a goal. Somerville delivers. Perusa in full to Declan Rice. And Jack Clark. And trying to get there again, Jack Clark. It's not my day. It's not my day today. At all, by the looks of things. Martial has gone away from me. Might be 3 here. Forcing him wider. Still he scores the goal. Mr. Mellier! Defend your front post, please. Oh, 3-1 Fulham. Game over, lads. I purposefully showed him wide there with Ampadu. It was like driving down the line, go down the line. And still, it goes in. Somerville, make me a run. Go on, gap. Run through the gap. Run through the gap. Keep going through the gap. Keep going through the gap. Keep going through the gap. Oh, no room. Jack Clark. 3-2. Come on. 6 to go. Ish. 5+ stoppage. So many bodies back there. Lucky that we went the right way with Jack Clark. Otherwise, we'd have been tackled there. Only we hadn't conceded that absolutely atrocious goal to Anthony Martial. We might have been on for a point here. Tackled over Reed with the corner for Fulham. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. Ben White's up. Can we win that? No. Someone used a hand. They did. Right, come on. Now. Has to be now. But now, please. Let me the run, Jack. Oh, why you just stood there? Well, we're going to lose again. 3 straight defeats for this Leeds United side today is not ideal, to say the least. Hopefully Chelsea drop points as well, but I don't think they will have. Oh, mate, I can't believe that. Chelsea drew with Forest. Okay, they have. Spurs have drawn as well. Not sure what Manchester United did on that particular match day, but still not looking good for us in the Premier League at this particular moment in time. We've dropped to 5th. The gap to the top of the table currently 7 points. It's recoverable, certainly, of course. We're still only in the early stages of the season, but Manchester City are working their way back towards the top spot now as well. That is 4 very strong opponents above us in the table. And Fulham up to 6th now with their first win in a little while. Can't believe it. All right, fine. Well, we go again in the next episode. Hello, controller. Are you all right? Please, would you work for me? Thank you. Carabao Cup football with Nottingham Forest to come. And Stade Rennais. And Forest in the league as well, weirdly. So we might as well play the cup game and sim the league game. Make sure we go through. We can recover a league deficit. We can't recover going out in the Knockout Cup. And then I might actually play Stade Rennais and Newcastle, and then sim the Crystal Palace one as well, as we head into a particularly busy and tough December. Not looking to do much else in the January transfer window, I don't believe. At this stage, with only £10 million available to us, we've freshened some contracts within the squad. So we'll see what we can do in tomorrow's episode. Hopefully it's better than the end of today's. We'll look to start as well as we did today and then continue that all the way through. But you can see Manchester United are the form team right now in the division, with 3 of the 4 players in Player of the Month in there for the vote. Alvarez unsettled by lack of matches. Don't worry, mate. There's plenty of football this season. We plan on going deep in every cup competition, and we could get through to the quarterfinals with game number 1 tomorrow. I'll see you then.